This question is basically about the L'Hopital rule, how we use L'Hopital rule to solve this problem. And obviously we know that the L'Hopital rule is valid when the format. So when you make your arguments as whenever the function, like let's say if you have limit x tending to a, and if the function f of x over g of x, this is of this form 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity form. So 0 over 0 or infinity over infinity form. This is referred as the suitable form to apply the L'Hopital rule. So now when I do this, now I don't see a denominator here. So since the question specifically says that you have to use L'Hopital rule, means you have to use L'Hopital rule. So what we're going to do is we're going to first write down this cosec x as 1 over sine x, and minus cot x is cos x over sine x. And here when I simplify this, limit x tending to 0, I get is 1 minus cos x upon sine x, limit x tending to 0. Now what you're going to do is after this, you're going to find the derivative of this. I mean, you plug in x as 0 and check if it is coming. Now, many of you have done is that you take an x as 0 here and x as 0 here, and you've just written it like, okay, it is 0. This is what you have written, and this gives you n0 marks because this is not equivalent value. Okay, what you're going to do is that, okay, this may be of the form, like this is of the form. Okay, you substitute that x as, when I take x as 0, 1 minus cos 0 upon sine 0. This reduces to this form. This reduces to form 0 by 0. Hence, we can apply L'Hopital rule. Now, L'Hopital rule is obviously you derive numerator, derive denominator. So limit x tending to 0. If I derive the numerator, I get 1 minus cos x derivative is positive sine x. So sine 1 derivative is 0, negative cos x. So cos x derivative is negative sine x. Negative negative become positive, and derivative sine x is cos x. So now this carries 2 marks. Here m1 here, ma1, a1. There are 2 marks, 2 answer marks. So if you skip this step, even your answer is right, you lose 2 marks. So it is important that you stick to all the steps. Limit x tending to 0. Now if I take, for example, if I take sine 0 over cos 0, so sine 0 or cos 0 is going to be that's also is going to be 0 over 1, which is obviously you can't apply further. You can't apply any of the L'Hopital rule because this doesn't apply, and your answer anyway becomes 0. So that's the answer for this particular question that uses the basic L'Hopital rule.